for losers round 1. So first match that we're viewing of the losers bracket.
4, 3, 2,
And we're going to be
1.
seeing some glacial, not glacial, sorry, Vamp versus Blazing Bolts here.
Yeah, these I know Filipan's deck is a little bit different. This this arrow effect is definitely new, but we do have the usual spawning units.
Oh yes. So that right there from Phil is going to be very deadly early game. However, he actually opted for a full eco start, not an archer start. So we're not going to see the attempted early taking of the tower with the double unit, or sorry, the double debuff damage here.
Which is
Instead,
going to
that
allow
allows
Redstone to just hold it out.
Take the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sending just one archer, but with the full econ over here, that's not going to be countered anytime soon. Another archer coming in to help defend too.
He's going pretty archer heavy for the beginning here. Just now queuing his third miner, and now already having 3 archers on the field.
What do you think their main purpose is going to be with the ninja? Because that's always an interesting wild card that gets thrown into these tournaments.
So for the ninja, it would definitely be useful for taking on the enemy spears and just taking them down as quickly as possible. And of course, those ninjas do need coverage, and that's where the Rip Rider would actually play a decent role there, since it's constantly running around with the amount of health that it has. You can definitely tank for those ninjas and allow them to rack up their damage.
Right.
And that exchange there was really strange. Both players losing 2 archers.
Yeah.
But Redstone, I would say he got the better of that exchange because he got paid for his archers dying and taking out Phil's 2 archers.
Right. And Phil definitely has... they both have pretty much the same economy currently, but... that's a rage being casted.
Yeah, he's using the rage to boost his miners. However, I would definitely argue and say the miner hustle spell itself is way better. The miners way faster, and you just get overall much better value from that.
Right.
And we're finally going to see a tank from Phil, which is definitely needed here. I am surprised he's not going for Kaichu right away. But I'm pretty sure that he's going to be planning soon.
I also feel like in general, had there been more melee units, a little bit more frequent pressure could be applied, which we've been seeing from the top players. But we do have a ninja now, so we'll see what he's able to do with it.
All right, so we have Ninja versus Spearton. This is definitely Phil's time to push. He does not want to let Redstone get the tower level 4 because he's going to be getting tower zapped a lot sooner than later.
Right.
And his lack of pressure is allowing Redstone to get his tank. That Rip Rider is almost finished.
Right.
And backed up by 2 ninjas, that can be a big problem. Now 3 ninjas.
Yeah.
And now he's going for his general, which looks like a I can't tell. I can't tell if that's a Trails or if that's some other general. It's really hard to see what the unit's train. No, it's Spiros.
Oh, we got a push going in with Redstone, finally applying some of that pressure. The Rip Rider taking charge. Ooh, gonna deal massive, dispersed archer damage for sure.
Moving his units now, definitely way too late. The Spirit is taking massive damage, which is exactly what Redstone wants. That's why he went for the Rip Rider Ninja combo. He's actually sacrificing having an archer count, really just having it as a backbone if needed, but his main DPS is going to be with the ninjas, the Rip Riders, and then assisted by Spiro.
Right. So we got the Wisp coming in to heal the Rip Rider. Had that Rip Rider actually died, that could have been very helpful for Filipan for sure. But at this point, the army is just building through Redstone.
I don't know. Phil, he's not even garrisoning his low health units, not going for his general. He's playing really passively for some strange reason, and it's going to end up hurting him here as we have another push coming in on top of a tower zap. I think we have definitely passed the point of no return for this one.
Yeah, but Redstone
He's
also
definitely trying,
continuing
though.
to back up. I feel like Redstone should have just kept that pressure going.
I think Phil could still stand a bit of a chance, but he's got to get his tanks in the garrison. They need to be healing, and he's got to improve his economy here.
Right. Yeah, a lot of bloodshed has happened over here. It takes a lot to rebuild all that was lost there. And the Wisp coming in to heal those Rip Riders once again. And
Going to allow him to push a lot faster.
a whole army of ninjas behind those Rip Riders just gonna deal. I feel like this could be the last push if it's just maintained.
Oh, most definitely.
Especially with how low some of those Spiritons are. Spiritons going in for retreating. You see, Redstone should really just finish the job there.
Yeah, it seems Phil was just really content with playing passively, and unfortunately, having made no moves to try and take the tower or any sort of advance that really just opted to play pure defensively.
Right.
I don't think it's going to work out for him here.
The thing is even defensive pressure is important. Sending out just constantly keeping the offenser engaged is something that we see all the time at the top levels. Yeah, those ninjas when in bulk, they just take out the Spiritons instantly.
Yeah, they are shredding them right now.
And those archers getting the pot shots on the statue when the battle's going on. And despite
that's the benefit of Rip Riders, they serve as a pretty big tank for your high damage dealing units like ninjas.
Definitely.
Where trying to support them with, say, spears, it would be a little bit harder to do.
Definitely, for sure.